wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Yeah, what's going on? Welcome to the KVJ show. Good to see everybody here. It is a Thursday. You guys already looking ahead to the weekend, what you might be doing? Any big plans?
I'm going to take it a little easy this weekend. I think I went too hard last week.
Oh, you did. You're still coming down off the puffy from last weekend?
Yes, the puffy turd needs to deflate.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Virginia's going to relax this weekend.
I am.
Okay. That's a pretty good idea. What about you, Bird? Anything going on?
I'm knee deep in the KVJ horror movie, so all my free time is really kind of directed to that.
Okay.
And I need to figure out the last piece of the puzzle, the Kevin Ralston scene.
Okay.
Just a matter of getting you out to location.
Okay. Where is the location?
Well, it's looking like it's going to be Jonathan Dickinson State Park.
Okay.
Great place to murder you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's real cool out, too. Oh, it's going to be...
Yeah.
Kevin's not a complainer, though. He does the craft.
That's right.
He's not like some other people that I work with.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you a hard time.
No, you're not.
Mosquitoes, it's hot.
Yeah.
Your face will say everything I need to know with
Right.
the annoyance, but you will not verbalize it, which I respect.
Yeah.
I can tell when Kevin's had enough. He starts looking down at his watch. Like, all right, we gotta wrap this thing up.
I don't even have a watch.
Just you kind of
No, you look at your phone. He
Your
looks at
phone,
the
your
time
phone.
on his phone.
You do
Yes.
that in a
He'll pull his
meeting.
phone out, look at the time. I saw him do it yesterday in a meeting. I'm like, oh, he's done.
That's when I
Yeah.
saw him
That
do
bitch
it.
is out.
Well, I'm always on a schedule. And
He just
so,
quit.
Yeah.
Whatever you say to him after he looks at his phone, he doesn't hear you.
I can feel, I'm like, all right, you know what? My time, I probably have to be moving on to my next adventure. So.
There is a feeling you get when you go,
Yeah.
all right, we've had enough.
Yeah, you kind of do, honestly. If you're in a meeting, you're there and you're like, okay, I think we've said it all. We're kind of retreading it, saying the same things, or we're going down a path and addressing things we don't need to right now. So let's just end it. Let's just move on. Everybody should have that.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Here we are right now. We've got a big day today for you. I just want to, let people know. I want to start by saying this. Please don't whiff. Do not whiff. We had a whiffer on Tuesday, and I hate that. It crushed me. 9 a.m., we called out a name, and they whiffed. They didn't call us back in 10 minutes.
She texted me
Yeah.
later, like at 15 minutes.
It crushed me.
It crushed me too because
Yeah.
she was like, I can't believe I missed my name. I missed the free money.
It's like $1,000 just gone. I mean, I know how I would feel if somebody's like, oh, man, if you'd have been here a minute earlier, I had $1,000 for you. Sorry, that guy just took it. What?
$1,000 with your name on it.
Yeah.
It actually goes from being a really awesome day to maybe one of your worst.
It would crush your soul. It would crush your soul. It stayed with me that long. So I don't want to have a whiffer. At 9 a.m., we're going to call out a name. Now, if you've put your name into the kitty here for KVJ's Double Your Paycheck. You know that. So you need to set these alarms, 9, 11 a.m., 1, 3, and 5 p.m. You should just know, be like, I've got to take a minute because I could be losing $1,000. Like if you're in a meeting and that alert comes up, that's when you say, guys, you know what? I'm sorry. I got to go real quick.
And if you have to, just say you have poopy cramps.
I mean, you
I
can't.
would. It'd be worth $1,000. I don't know of anybody that makes that much money in life that $1,000 is not worth their attention for just a minute.
It is worth it. I
Yeah,
mean, you have to
totally.
be a millionaire.
Jeff Bezos, somebody like that, they're like, whatever. But me, I got to pay attention. If my name could be called and I need to call a radio station back in 10 minutes, I'm going to pay attention. So let's not get a whiffer. 9 a.m., we're going to announce a name. And if your name is not in yet, just go to WRMF.com or go to our app, the WRMF app for free. Just put your name in so we can call it coming up at 9 a.m.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Man, Wendy Williams is having a rough go.
Yeah.
She canceled all of her summer appearances because she's been dealing with something called Graves' disease.
It just sounds terrible. I mean, how do you make a A disease sound more ominous.
It's pretty,
Coffinitis.
yeah, it's really,
Yes.
really
I mean-
horrifying.
It's really scary.
Yeah, it
so,
is.
I guess going through all the health checks that she's been through for the Graves' disease, they've been testing her for COVID, and she tested positive for COVID yesterday.
Seems like COVID likes to pair itself with something.
Oh my gosh, it
It
really
does,
does.
yeah.
You're right. So she was supposed to be premiering her show. That is not happening, and it's been pushed back to October now. So, wow.
Crazy.
A lot of stuff being dumped on her.
Yeah.
I love this. Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart are teaming up to host a Halloween baking competition. I love when they work together. It's going to be on Peacock, your little network you love.
Yeah, do you like those baking shows?
I do when it's people that I already know.
There's one on Netflix right now. It's some bake-off where there's 5 or 6 people, and they're the same cast on each episode, and it's really good on Netflix, and I thought you would like it.
Snoop and Martha's Very Tasty Halloween, it's going to be called.
I'd watch that.
I would too, because he's amusing.
Yeah.
And she's bringing the skills, and then together they're just buddies.
Yeah, he gets it. He realizes it's such an odd, funny pairing, and Snoop basically does comedy these days.
Yes,
and
he does.
does it well.
Yeah, he does. And finally here, America's Got Talent crowned their winner last night, and it was a magician.
Magician?
You don't see this too often in modern times.
No.
Okay. Dustin Tavella.
Your top 2 acts are Aiden Bryant and Dustin Tavella. The winner of the $1 million and the star of the headline show in Las Vegas is Dustin Tavella!
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. This is absolutely amazing. I never thought that I would be here. This is so crazy. Thank you guys. Everybody who voted, my family, my wife, my beautiful boys, my parents, everyone. I love you guys so much.
Okay.
Oh, look at this.
Congratulations.
Y'all Magic fans, do you like magic, or does it kind of creep you out?
It doesn't excite me.
It doesn't. I'm intrigued, but I know what you mean.
It's okay.
It's only slightly better than ventriloquism.
It needs to be good, really, really good. There's a lot of bad magic out there.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
I put up a little cooking video last night on our TikTok and all of our social media, and it's crushing. Over
Yeah?
300 views. No
nice.
big deal.
Wow. That's big stuff.
Crushing.
Yeah, that's big stuff.
But I was getting, it was kind of controversial. It was a barbecue cheese pizza, Virginia. So you had barbecue sauce, mozzarella cheese, you had the chicken pieces, and then I topped it off with blue cheese dressing. And that's where people gave me, some crap, was the blue cheese. They don't think blue cheese and a barbecue sauce belong together.
Okay.
And I'm here to tell you, yes, it does.
Wow.
Barbecue and blue cheese together pair very nicely. And if you don't believe me, go to the Ale House and try their barbecue zingers, and then dip that into blue cheese, and then report back to me.
Okay.
I'd like to hear what you got to say.
Blue cheese seems to be one of those very polarizing type of sauces that is out there. There's the love, and then there's the hate.
And the problem with the blue cheese, I think, is there's so many different styles of it and so many different kind of flavors. I can go to get blue cheese at 9 different restaurants and get 9 different types and flavors.
Yeah.
There's a gross blue cheese. Virginia likes the chunks.
I do like it chunky.
That makes me want to vomit.
Oh, the bigger the chunk, the bigger the smile.
I don't like chunky things in my smooth anything. I don't know.
You don't, huh?
No, it doesn't feel right.
I don't want it to be smooth. I want it to be a lumpy dressing.
Well, there's a type of blue cheese that goes too. The balance is overwhelming. There's too much of the blue and not enough of the cheese, or vice versa.
Well, I like the crumbles. When you just put blue cheese crumbles and it's nothing but lumps and no cream, I love that.
The other combination, barbecue and ranch, is real nice, but ranch is kind of gross. I used to love ranch, and as I got older, for whatever reason, it grosses me out now.
Yeah.
I used to love it.
There's nothing better than cheesy bread in ranch.
I want to get there. I want to love ranch. Although
Cheesy breadsticks and ranch. Oh,
you brought me to a place in New Orleans that had a cheese ranch. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a cheese ranch dressing. It already had cheese in it, and that was really good. That kind of got me thinking, maybe I shouldn't give up on your ranch.
Okay.
Maybe there's more to
You're
this
back in
relationship.
after that. You throw a little cheese in there, you're back into ranch.
Yeah, but again, maybe I'm hanging around Virginia too much. Dressings on the shelf now, and I'm talking more salad dressings.
shelf stable.
Your ranch, your blue
Right.
cheese on the they kind of gross me. I like the jar in the refrigerator area.
I mean, since you're getting so crafty, why don't you make your own? That's how you really elevate.
Yeah, I'm such a cook now.
If you
chef.
hate the way that Hidden Valley plays their game, school them.
And I will say, in the stores, there's not a fantastic honey mustard available. There's some good ones, nothing fantastic. That's all I got.
I'm waiting for you to come out with your own line of dressings.
I got the bird sauce.
Yeah. I think you need to start expanding.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I really do. I think
should
you got to
put-
look into
I
that.
should put all my money into this.
Messing with dressing.
Messing with dressing. I don't hate it.
Okay.
If I lose all my money, it'll be depressing with dressing.
Virginia, what's on your mind today?
Well, actually, your stomach and Jay Bird feeding you. So yesterday, we had our Little Smiles meeting. We have those once a month. I'm in charge of getting the food for the meeting, which I love doing.
Okay.
It's good.
So
it's powerful.
every month I pick a new restaurant and I get the food and then I bring it and set it all up and then everybody's like, ooh, this food is great. Where's it from? I love that when everybody loves the food. I like to get a variety. So I heard you the other day, Kevin, talking about Steam Horse Brewing.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, okay. And that's the same people that did Tequesta Brewing, same people that do Twisted Trunk. We like
really?
them.
Okay.
So Steam Horse Brewing, it's in West Palm Beach, right by the Grandview Market. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring that food. And I happened upon Stormhouse Brewing, thinking it was Steam Horse Brewing.
Yeah,
And my brain
Right.
broke.
Well, I was kind of wondering that when I had first heard that, and Jaybird told me that a buddy of his did, and I had to kind of like think that through. I'm like, is that a play off of Steam Horse? Because Steam Horse was the first, and that is in the public market area in West Palm, and Storm House is in North Palm. So they're, a little separated, but close enough. And all these brewers and breweries know each other in South Florida.
Do you think they hate each other, or do they like each other? Or do
didn't
they act
know.
like they like each other?
I
really?
didn't know. It's just so. It's kind of like McDonald's and McDowell's. It's, I thought it was oddly close, and clearly they had to have been aware of Steam Horse before they did Storm House. And maybe it wasn't, something they thought of that they were similar, but they're both individually fantastic places. But yeah, very similar in the names. It's probably going to confuse a lot of people.
So yesterday I got food from Storm House.
Yes.
Which is
Great food.
North Palm Beach. It's right by the Benjamin School over
Yes.
there. They have pierogies.
I know, that's my friend's place.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. I got the pierogies. I got the
I've had the wings from there. They're
pizza.
fantastic.
The pizza was good.
Their food is top notch. In fact, their chef there is a KBJ Nationer, and I got to meet him when I went in there. And I'm not just saying that because he is. The food is really good. It's top end.
It's so funny because Brian, the guy who's he owns that, and he's part in business with there. He, growing up with him, loved pierogies. Always loved pierogies. We always used to talk about. He was my roommate back in college. We would talk about how there's no pierogies around in this area, and there's really not. There is a pierogi shortage here in South Florida.
Well, you tell Brian when I put out all the food from Stormhouse at my meeting yesterday, the pierogies went first.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the pierogies.
I think it's an untapped snack that people don't realize how much they love. A great pierogi can really turn the day around and then make you want to lay, but it's very delicious.
You eat 7 and then you go into a pierogi coma.
It's not for the, you're not going to eat a bunch of pierogies and feel fit. But they are amazingly delicious.
Okay, what I got on my mind here today, you know that I'm a big fan of sleep, prioritizing it, and even when you do, it is just so tough. my people always get on me about my routine, and I do that because if I get waffled or shoved a little bit off the mark, it throws everything off. And I got a little thrown off the mark yesterday on my typical thing. Probably lost myself an hour and 15 minutes of sleep last night. Feeling it today. By the way.
What happened?
My wife saw somebody she worked with that was waiting for the bus, and she's like, "Oh, could we just give you a ride instead?" And I was like, "Okay." I mean, it's a nice gesture, but she lived way far away, and it was a very long project. That,
Hold on, how long was it?
it was a good 45-minute detour. But like I said, to me, that's why I'm always looking at my phone. You know, it's not to offend
You're
anyone.
on a schedule.
It just because everything is like dominoes. And when things are running right, everything happens. But if anything gets thrown off like that, you throw me a curveball, it knocks one thing over, which knocks another thing over, which knocks another thing over, and then it just, the whole house falls down. And I was like, oh, let's do that. That's a good idea. So it was very nice. But yeah, so that kind of...
Can I just buy her an Uber?
Yeah.
Well, you can't be a jerk either, because now you're the jerk that doesn't want to give somebody a ride home.
Right.
You can't complain the whole time.
Yeah. So so I'm a little bit off and behind. So I realize how easy it is to get thrown off your mark, and it can cost you sleep as a result. And I saw this, that the average American has a poor night's sleep 3 times a week. And sometimes identifying why you're getting a poor night's sleep, and let me tell you, from somebody who did not to, I really prioritize it now, it is a life changer. If you just like feeling good, alive, the best version of yourself, if you just like being happy and healthy, then honestly, sleep that's step one. It really is. It is the number one thing you can do in your life to get all of those things checked off. And the reason why is, one, having the right temperature. 63% said that is one of the reasons it's costing them a good night's sleep. People having to get up to use the bathroom. I hate it at my age. I'm a dude. I have got to watch my liquid intake, and I've got to look at the clock. That's why, to me, time is everything. And I know at a certain point, you need to stop drinking at this point, or you're going to wake up 3 times in the middle of the night to have to go pee. It sucks. Just getting old.
That's the worst, when you're dreaming and you have to go pee, and somehow your pee scenario is morphed into your dream. You're trying to pee in your dream, and you can't find anywhere to pee.
And then you pee on your wife in bed.
It's crazy how it morphs into your dream.
It does. And then you get up and you maybe not get back to sleep. And then they say being stressed about the next day's events. Those are the top 3 reasons that are keeping people from a decent night's sleep. And there are really, solutions to all of them. Hopefully you have air conditioning that is good enough that you can get it at the right temperature, and going cooler rather than warmer is better. So set that right. I always watch the clock to make sure that I know. In fact, during the day, I know exactly how much liquid I can drink and should drink. And I don't drink more than that or less than that.
Do you still do the same thing with food, too, just in case there's an accident there? Like, I probably shouldn't eat this right now, because...
In case you poop yourself.
In case you crap yourself.
Yeah, I don't have the problem with poo.
Not crap
It's
yourself,
pee.
but just going too much.
Yeah, my food's very regulated, too. I know exactly how much I eat every day.
I got to ask the tough questions, baby.
Yeah, basically down to the calorie. And also, when it comes to the next day's events, you just need to write down all of your thoughts, and you need to dismiss it. And then you got to somehow find that clear head. I know it's easier said than done.
So many of these wise people, they always say, write down your thoughts, or keep some kind of a journal of what you're thinking on a daily basis. And it's supposed to not only help with sleep, just your whole mental being. You're getting it out. You're writing it down.
Yeah, have a place where you're always writing things down. I look at my mind. My memory's shot terrible. I don't ever try to remember things. I write everything down. To me, the brain is for creating and solving problems. It's not really for storing thoughts.
And I know a lot of people kind of look down upon keeping a daily journal. They think it's, I don't know, too weird, I guess. That stuff does help.
Yeah, it does.
But I think you have to do it regularly, and it has to become part of your life.
Right.
But I think it could make a difference in some people's lives.
Absolutely. It definitely can. So that might be one thing to check out. They say the best nights for good rest are Fridays and Saturdays. Amen. amen on that. I sleep the most both those nights.
Yes, unless you have to work that day.
They say the worst are Sundays and Mondays. And I agree with that because I get the shortest sleep then. It's getting back into the routine of the work week. And my schedule, too, unlike most people, really radically shifts from Friday, Saturday into the week.
We always talk about on Sunday, there's that time where it turns from cozy into depressing. Got to get ready
Sunday
for work.
scaries.
The Sunday scaries.
Yeah.
5 p.m.
Oh, 5 p.m.
Majority of people have that. Yeah.
It's the dance is over, baby.
Yeah. So just know and understand that you're probably looking at every week 3 nights of bad sleep. So identify why that is happening, what you can do about it, and then make sure that you're getting those nights where you can at least get the solid sleep. So don't take, that's why I got to watch getting too crazy on a Friday or Saturday anymore because it's like I can't get bad sleep on those nights.
It's a chain reaction. I mean,
Yes. Like I said, it's the dominoes, man.
I went after it pretty good over the weekend, and I just now, on Thursday, feel like myself.
I finally don't feel like a derelict.
Yeah, it is the domino effect. So just so you know, it can help you out. Somebody jacked the toilet at my kid's school. I'm like, wait, what? Now, yesterday when I picked up my kid from middle school, he said, yeah, somebody took one of the sinks out of the bathroom. I'm like, wait,
What?
took a sink? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, so the sink's just missing? He's like, yeah, the sink is gone.
That's got to be a 2-person job, no?
I was like, that doesn't seem easy because don't you have to turn water off and things like that? I mean, it sounds like something a plumber would have to do with tools.
Definitely. Are they replacing them?
No, they're not.
Someone stole it?
It's gone.
Are they stealing it just to be an inconvenience thief? Oh, we stole the sink. You can't wash your hands now.
Yeah, I didn't think a ton of it. I thought it was very odd yesterday when he told me that a sink and a mirror was gone. I'm like, a mirror? Someone took a mirror? And then today or yesterday, he said the toilet. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I got this email from his school last night. Apparently, this is a problem that's not just hitting my son's school, but pretty much everywhere. They said in their email that they sent to parents, we understand that recently there have been TikTok challenges, one called Lick Challenges about stealing, grabbing, and or vandalizing items in schools, like soap dispensers from bathrooms, keyboards, teacher supplies, phone receivers from landline phones. And our school has now taken action to stop the behavior, and we're going to be replacing several soap dispensers as well as garbage cans. We're doing spot checks on backpacks. If students are reported and or seen doing these actions through our video camera system, we will look. And if you participate or steal anything from the bathrooms or teachers' classrooms, there will be consequences, and it will be a referral that will remain on your permanent record. We will be monitoring bathrooms in the hallways, and these bathrooms will be the only ones in use for the time being. So it sounds like they're even going to be limiting some of the bathrooms so they can keep an eye on the ones they have because so many things are turning up missing.
Yeah, but how do you put a whole entire sink or toilet in your backpack and get away with it?
I have no idea.
Very carefully. Very carefully.
I have
You're going to be walking funny down the hall.
Well, and then I don't understand what you're doing with it. So this morning I saw, and apparently this is going around not only in South Florida, but I guess nationwide and everywhere. It's because of this TikTok craze. It is called either the Bathroom Challenge or the Devious Lick Challenge. And kids are encouraged to steal stuff from their school, and the bigger, the better, and everybody's trying to one-up each other. But my question is, if you're then boasting about your gain on TikTok, aren't the schools going to be able to track that down quickly, punish you, get the stuff back, and then really put something that's going to be on your permanent record and affect you?
People didn't think this through on social media?
I don't know. That's why I'm just like, what is the end goal of this? Where is this going? And it's a lot of the same stuff, from soap dispensers, toilet seats, hand dryers, even bathroom stall doors are disappearing from schools.
It doesn't make sense.
It's insane. And the kids, I guess, are just stealing them like trophies, and they're also grabbing things like fire extinguishers. Even some schools are missing foam ceiling tiles.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
I don't get it, Kevin.
Well, I think that's the point. It's random and it's weird and it's inconvenient. You know how it was when you were a teenager doing pranks and stuff. It didn't have to make sense.
I know, but I mean, why would you leave such an obvious paper trail for them to bust you? And then it goes on your permanent record. They probably press charges if you do enough damage.
Of course, everything you're saying.
The cops are now going to be involved. Like, are you that stupid?
Of course, you're 110% right. But
I was dumb too when I was a kid, but I didn't leave a paper trail of video and TikTok evidence.
But how do you walk a toilet out of a school? I'm like, I almost kind of dismiss. I'm like, wait, what is he saying? I'm like, there's no way that kids took a toilet out of a school.
If that's happening a lot, we might need to tighten up on security. That thing is not.
I think they'd like to. I guess it's just some of the schools are so big. Like I said, they're going to be, I guess, shutting down some of the bathrooms so that they can monitor the ones that they have with, you got to have people to do the monitoring.
I mean, but I'm thinking about, my school. And yeah, there wasn't a lot. There was security there, but they couldn't watch every little thing. If you had 10 people together wanting to pull off this heist, you could do it.
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, someone on TikTok is paying kids to do this, and they've got to post in order to get paid.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I like looking at this. It feels like there's more to this. We're kind of in the middle of it where there's just so many more questions than there are answers.
Who's paying them? Home Depot? So that the school has to go buy new toilets?
Right.
That's a good plan.
Somebody said, too, they're coming in and smashing the toilets with sledgehammers. How are kids getting sledgehammers into schools? It's crazy. Yeah,
it's
a lot
so
of people
aggressive.
A lot of people are saying that, yeah, it is, the amount of destruction going on in schools is horrible, and the kids are going to be obviously faced with the cost for the destruction.
And the parents will say, well, my kid is a good kid as he's smashing the toilet.
I would take that sledgehammer and slap my own kid with it.
Oh, little Johnny's a good kid. It's not his fault. It's the teacher's fault, Virginia.
Somebody texted in, yeah, my friend's son got 5-day extended suspension for stealing a hand sanitizer station. I guess one of those ones that's just kind of standing up. That's crazy. But I guess the whole thing is they're trying to go for the bigger and more high dollar items. That's what's attracting people.
But I mean, the people that are stealing, they're not concerned right now about the record. They're young and they're in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Dang.
It's very, very stupid.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable that this thing has taken off the way it has. Somebody said, yeah, it's not just even the bathroom stuff. Kids are stealing microscopes and things like that are really kind of expensive.
Oh, no.
Things that you need to use.
Is every school getting hit like this?
I think it's happening everywhere. Text came in, yeah, it's happening in North Georgia. Somebody was listening to us there.
All because of TikTok.
Yeah, it's TikTok. I mean, again, this goes to the argument of social media can be used right or wrong. And then when it's organizing kids to vandalize and destroy school property and do things that, there's going to be repercussions. They will catch a lot of these kids doing this stuff. Having things on your permanent record, they don't understand that if you ever want to go to a college or things like that, all these things will come back and they can really greatly affect your future. I'm talking about your future, like when you're 30 years old, what you're doing today could be something so dumb that it impacts where you wind up at the age of 30.
Some people should not drink alcohol. Some people should not have social media. It's too powerful, man. I'm telling you. Look, this is an example of it.
Yeah, it would be something where if my son ever partook of something like this and it was because social media led him to it, then it would likely be you have just, until you're 18 years old, you're never having social media again.
You know what?
This is so dumb and it's so bad that it's not going to happen.
I just found out a second friend of mine has now limited all social media to their kids. They cannot go on the internet for longer than an hour. And these kids are in their approaching teenage years. And I got to tell you, he's got some really well-behaved kids.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it is such a tough thing. I know as a parent of a 13-year-old, and I've already had kids that have gone through it, that it works so hard against you to try to raise your kids to do the right thing that more and more parents, if these kind of TikTok challenges keep coming up, where they just say, you know what? No, this is the worst thing that you can have. You will have no social media. We're not doing it. Sorry. So yeah, parents, be aware, the devious lick challenge or the bathroom challenge on TikTok, Your kids, if they jack a toilet or do something like that,
It's kind of scary.
and get caught.
It's kind of scary how social media can get all the kids on the same page.
Right. It is.
If every kid in America said, you know what, let's turn on the adults right now, let's blindside them, do they win?
No, they don't win, but it will be a war where there will be a lot of casualties, and it will ruin people's lives.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, because think about these kids that are doing this right now. When they get busted, this will go on their record. And when they go to apply to colleges, the college will say, we don't want this kid because he stole a freaking toilet out of his school. We can't trust a kid like this. So now you don't go to the college you want to go to. Now you don't have the career you want to have. Literally,
Yeah.
it will affect the rest of your
Right.
life.
Right. It's called the Bathroom Challenge or the Devious Lick Challenge. And it's just crazy how widespread this thing is. I thought maybe it's just my kid's school who sent out an email about it last night.
Your kid's son, Ken, in school got hit 3 different times? Or is it all on the same day? Because it sounded like there was a bunch of different items
It was the
missing.
day before he had told me that a sink and a mirror was missing. I'm like, why would somebody steal a sink and a mirror? It didn't make sense to me. And then yesterday when he got in the car, he said somebody jacked a toilet. And I'm like,
Wait, what?
I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, Kenan, I'm like, you'd have to turn the water off. You'd have to have major tools. How would you walk a toilet out? And I was like, I don't know what he's telling me. Sometimes you just hear these
Brain
stories.
cannot compute.
Right. And I had so many questions. I was just happy he was talking to me. But I really couldn't understand what was going on. Then I got that email last night, and then it was today that I saw this story because I posted something up on a forum, and people said, no, we're hearing about this as well. Michelle said, yeah, my son told me last week some kids took toilets out of his school in the Keys. So that is one of the high prize items is if you can jack a toilet from a school. So it's happening all over South Florida, that.
It's the toilet seat, not the whole toilet,
No,
right?
it's the whole toilet.
For a $500,000 with a gun to my head, there's no way I could. How would you
Yeah.
even do that? How would you be able to do that?
It would take me a minute. I would have to YouTube it, how to figure out how to disconnect the toilet. You've got plumbing.
That's what I couldn't figure out because I know whenever anything I've seen with that, you have to turn the water off. So how these kids are figuring out how to turn the water off and then remove a toilet, or maybe they don't
sink?
care about the water. I don't know. Like I said, I have more questions than answers at this point. So I think we're all trying to figure this out together.
And to get credit for it, you have to put it on your social media.
To get paid, yeah, if somebody's paying, yeah.
That's how you also
I know.
get busted.
I know.
Because when you put it on your social media, now you've left the evidence for your school administrator to find.
Well, listen to what Angela said. She sent us a message on the WRMF app. She said, my son's school threatened to put their punishment on TikTok if they are caught. So that is one thing that schools are doing to combat this.
Wait. The school's gonna put the punishment on TikTok.
Yeah, the kid's punishment.
The school's off on that one. They're gonna make the kid cooler that way. If you put the punishment on TikTok, you make the kid cooler. You do.
Well, this is where the parents really have got to step in. They got to let their kids know, hey, you got to understand, you don't have the vision that I do about your future. And this is where, as a parent, I'm going to try to help you out so that you can see your future. An act like this can determine whether you live here or whether you live here, whether you do this or whether you're doing that, whether you're having this kind of fun or that kind of fun. So these decisions that you're making right now will affect that end goal. Joshua said, I think kids who steal from school should not be allowed scholarships from the state or the federal government. That would stop them fast. And who knows what might happen, but they would be affected because when you apply for these scholarships, they will look into what you're doing. And if you have something like this on your record, it will keep you from tens of thousands of dollars should you choose a higher education after high school.
It'll keep you out of a lot of schools.
Y'all are assuming that everybody involved in this wants a scholarship. Some kids don't give a frog's fat ass about that.
Aside from scholarships, your only academic plan after you get busted doing something like this might be community college.
Yeah.
No major universities will look at you and think
Yeah.
you're a good person to have on their campus.
And that's why you start breaking down, being like, okay, hey, do you like these kind of things? On TikTok, you love these kind of shoes. Do you know how much they cost? You know what kind of job you have to have these kind of shoes? And let's all kind of let me make your future clear for you. So you fully understand your impulse of seeing a TikTok challenge and thinking you want to participate, what it will affect in your future. Cynthia said, I'm a professional placing accountant and finance professional, and our clients are telling us they're checking every candidate's social media accounts. If they see one thing they don't like, it is a no-go. Professional suicide. Just one post is costing people jobs.
Now more than ever, they are looking at everything on your social media.
Yeah.
And you're right. If there's something that sniffs just a bit foul, they're not going to get you.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely something parents want to be aware of, because some kids are going to make some dumb mistakes that are going to cost them greatly, either in their immediate future or their great beyond future. So crazy.
So crazy.
Yes, it is.
And they're not in school today. Otherwise, I'd call my kid to yell at her and make sure she's not getting involved in this.
You know what they're doing today? Plotting.
They better not. I will choke my kid out.
Not your kid. I'm just saying the children of the corn.
One text, my son's in middle school here in Loxahatchee. Somebody stole a urinal.
I mean, the work.
Yeah.
Just watching the YouTube tutorial is work.
Do you have to have a crowbar? Like,
I
what?
don't even get this. Yeah. And then somebody from Portland, Maine said, happened at our high school yesterday. So it's a nationwide thing. Crazy. Did you guys see the launch that happened last night? I always love this because it wasn't as publicized as I thought it would have been. And it was, kind of a record-breaking thing that happened last night. SpaceX launched the first ever mission crewed entirely by 4 tourists. That makes you feel comfortable, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
None of these people are professional astronauts, yet they all got onto a rocket together.
That's almost alarming as that one bee story you had where they're making them bees and sending them out in the world.
Yeah, so what happened? They put them on the SpaceX rocket, launched them into space last night without any experience to orbit Earth for 3 days. It went out of Kennedy Space Center on Cape Canaveral, so here in South Florida.
Have we heard from them?
They're still up there then, bopping around.
Guys?
Yeah, how you guys doing? It's always crazy to see, though. Thank you for the photos that people have sent in from. If you're watching us on Kvj TV, you can see one. Somebody, Angie, sent an email, said, anybody catch the first civilian space launch? This was from Palm Springs, Florida. Skies were clear. My neighbor, whose household is notorious for being high, no judgment, puff, puff, pass, also shared that. Man, look at that, man. It came out and said, whoa, did you see that too? Crazy stuff.
People that are incredibly high love stuff in the sky.
Yeah.
I was watching a video of all these high people at Burning Man where they did one of those drone exhibitions, and everybody in the crowd's like, whoa, man, it's so cool.
I mean, it is cool. It's cool.
And Lance in Port St. Lucie said that we were watching it. They launched what looked like a rocket. The flames were coming out of the back. Then the fire stopped, and it started dropping some kind of smoke. Then it split into 2, and the lower one is shining a bright light, a smaller light that's above it. And the smaller light was dropping some kind of smoke. Then it just took off and vanished.
Yeah.
Wait, took off and vanished.
They're here.
I don't know if that's a puff, puff, pass
They're here in the
thing or if there was alien activity going
it's
on.
Elon Musk,
It
right?
is.
SpaceX is his, and he's an alien, and
Not only are they're here and they're colonizing. I'm telling you. The one that was a few months back that Musk did, it looked like something out of a space movie.
These aren't regular citizens. These are the citizens that have been here assimilating, posing as humans.
Yeah.
Yes, they're
They're aliens, bruh.
They're citizens of the universe.
Okay. All right.
They're going back home.
Yeah, they are. Or they're making this their home.
Yes, maybe they are. Taking a look at some of our celebrity birthdays today. Little birthday shout out to Nick Jonas, the Jonas Brothers, turning 29 today.
That's it?
That's it. 29. They were very young when they got going. Amy Poehler turns 50 today, and Mark Anthony out of Miami is 53 today. Also, happy birthday to Lorelai, love Mom, Dad, and Everly. Birthday wish out to Amy from Carla. We got Seth and Logan. Happy birthday from Marina. Julian is turning 9 today. Happy birthday, Boogie. from Mom, Dad, Vic, and Aaliyah. Also, Kevin Brewer, happy 40th birthday from your wife. Says hashtag 40 years and count less beers. Okay.
40 years and countless bears.
There you go. It sounds like a country song, doesn't it?
I love it.
There's no way that's not a country song.
Gibby Darlington needs to record that.
Happy 32nd birthday, Vanessa. Have an amazing day from Alexandra, Mommy, Nicola, Erica, Christine, Nona, and No. Also, happy 15th birthday to Aiden from Mommy and Daddy. Love you very much. And also, Rocco having a happy 9th birthday from Mommy, Daddy, and Chi-Chi. Photo Rocco right there. Not Virginia's, but another.
Aw, little brunette Rocco.
Yeah, there you go. Got a birthday you want to get on the KVJ show, you can let us know all about it. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. Now this is a birthday gift. Of course, your dad's a really famous rapper named Rick Ross, but you turn 16 and he gives you a Wingstop. How do you put a bow around that?
I mean, that's a great gift, though.
That is a really good gift. But I was thinking, if you were gifted a franchise, what franchise would you want?
I was really thinking about this hard.
Yeah, and there's a couple different things to go at because, there's one, profitability. So which angle are you going? Now, if you're talking about profitability, I haven't seen the breakdown of them and which is the most profitable. Chick-fil-A has to be cranking out so much cash. There's no more traffic to any fast food place or franchise that I have seen other than that. But Starbucks has ridiculously priced drinks. So, everybody's going to Starbucks and they're on every single corner. But keep in mind, you're only getting one. So it's in a good high traffic location. It's the best franchise of that you can get, but you only get one. You don't own all Starbucks. So which one would you go with and why?
I think I'm going to go with the Cheesecake Factory because there's so many options and that baby does make money.
Okay.
Even during the pandemic, I believe he was still making some money. I thought I read that, but then I'm wrong a lot. But it doesn't matter. I love Cheesecake Factory. If I was going on a smaller scale, maybe.
Yeah.
If it was a fast food restaurant, and I don't know if I'd be able to do this because it's, the powers that be, they would do that. I'd want to do a McDonald's, but make it completely old school. We're bringing back Grimace. We're bringing back the old colors, the playground. I would like to run it that way.
I'm wondering that. In fact, I take a path every single day, and they've just remodeled a McDonald's, and it looks nice. It's very trendy. In fact, there's a Starbucks just right down the street.
And they look like twins.
They almost look identical. And I went by yesterday, and I noticed a couple things that stood out. One, the sign, it still has the golden arches. But under the golden arches, right there on the permanent sign, it says McDelivery. I was like, wait, what? And this is not a small McDonald's. This is a good-sized, regular restaurant-looking McDonald's. That, I guess, is how big delivery is to McDonald's, that you would permanently put it on the sign saying McDelivery. I thought that was odd, one. And then two, the other thing that stood out to me, they just finished refurbishing this McDonald's just days ago. And it said, we're open. There was only, I think, 1 or 2 cars there. I was like, wow, I remember as a kid, you could not get a spot to park at my town's McDonald's. Now, keep in mind, it was about the only thing we had going on, but it would have 30 to 40 cars in the parking lot constantly.
I've been saying it for a long time. It's okay to lose your way and go back to your roots. And I think you got to go back to your roots on some of this stuff, McDonald's.
I wonder. I just thought it was interesting. I will tip my cap to them because whatever they're doing with McDelivery, I'm sure that they've looked at market research and that's where they feel it's at.
Well, delivery, it went to a different level during Corona.
Yeah,
sure.
I was always talking about it, but I kind of felt like...
But that's what I wondered. Will it settle back down to earth? Because they've put it permanently on that sign, McDelivery. Like they realize this is the future. In 5 to 10 years, we're going to be happy it says McDelivery.
I don't know if we can answer those questions right now, Fat Cat.
I don't know. They were just things that I saw and observed when I went by.
I like that you're taking fast food notes. That is sexy.
I am fascinated by business. I'm fascinated by what drives people to do different things. I look at my own behaviors. I'm like, why did I just do that? Because there is a reason for it. We make decisions emotionally. So what was it that stirred my emotions to that place? Now, I think for me, yes, financially, maybe I'm thinking a Chick-fil-A, maybe a Starbucks if I got my own franchise. I think selfishly, though, I would want a BW3, Buffalo Wild Wings, because I like the sports, I like the bar atmosphere, I love chicken wings. You got all that put together. And I like the ones that you go in and they have a lot of memorabilia from the local high school. They have up the sports jerseys and then the local travel baseball and softball teams and things like that. I think that's kind of a cool element where you localize a national franchise. So I think selfishly that would be the one that I would choose. And why? Which would you go with, Virginia?
Well, I looked into it a little bit, and McDonald's is the #1 most profitable.
Yeah.
But
okay.
McDonald's to me seems like kind of a beast. Like, you got to have a lot of employees. You got to have a lot of like cogs and wheels moving all at once. Dunkin' Donuts is the #2 most profitable. And I feel like I could handle a Dunkin' better than I could handle a McDonald's. It feels like less employees, less stuff going on. I just think the Dunkin' seems more manageable.
Damn, that's messed up. I do the Dunkin' spot, the commercials, and you're taking it. I pick
Yeah.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Making me look bad.
It's #2 in profitability, so that's huge. And
Yeah.
I feel like it would be less work. And you really do have your time. I mean, they
Yeah.
peak in the morning.
Right.
I go through Dunkin' all the time in the afternoon because I can't go in the morning, but I go in the afternoon and it's dead. There's nobody there. So I feel like you have a spurt of time when you really need to have your place packed with employees, and then the rest of the day you can get by with a skeleton crew.
And don't forget, too, you can get that pumpkin spice latte for $3 in medium style at every Dunkin' near you.
And pumpkin donuts and pumpkin mush.
Okay, stop showing me up with my Dunkin' commercials.
No, I just go there a lot.
Well, there goes my Dunkin' account.
Somebody else texted in and said, I would want a White Castle franchise so I could bring it to South Florida. I'd put it right by the beach in Delray.
That's a great idea.
You, my friends, you're a hero.
Yeah,
You're doing something that nobody else is doing.
They do have a BurgerFi, though, right there by the beach
But
in
baby,
Delray.
competition.
But does BurgerFi have a drive-through?
Not at that location, no.
See, I think drive-thrus are really awesome. I'm a mom. I love a drive-thru. If I have to bring my kids in, it's a pain in the ass.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having competing burger places. You know, sometimes I'll hit both of them.
Okay. A couple other places that I like. I thought maybe like a Raw Juice or Three Natives. Either one of those would be cool to own. Either one of those franchises. I love all the products.
I also have down in my snack notes a Wawa. That'd be a good franchise to
Or
own.
the upcoming Buc-ee's.
Or the
Boy, people
either
are showing
one.
me the invasion of Buc-ee's, and these things are larger than life.
Oh, you guys got me hot and bothered, ready to pounce on Buc-ee's.
A lot of people are saying that the location is still up in the air.
What is this?
On the Buc-ee's that's coming here.
Did we get false notes about Buc-ee's coming?
I've been looking everywhere trying to figure out exactly where they're going to put this damn Buc-ee's. If anybody from Buc-ee's is listening.
You weren't here that day. You were out of town. We talked about Buc-ee's the first time with Virginia. I can't believe the feedback we got about people going on and on about Buc-ee's.
It's unreal. Well, somebody actually sent us a photo the other day, and it was a Buc-ee's cup that was laying on the ground on Congress. And like, are they planting seeds?
They're coming.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And then, you know, the odd thing about it was when I had left my dad's house after my mom's funeral, I came back and Dad's like, hey, would you grab a couple bags of these nuts? Because I'm not going to eat them and your mom had them. I brought them back and my mom had got them at Buc-ee's. Remember I told you she took that road trip and she was raving about this place when she went to Alabama? She was like, yeah, so I've got Buc-ee's nuts.
So Buc-ee's on the brains. Buc-ee's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, it's very, you can tell, like Buc-ee's is about to invade South Florida. They're planting the seed. So yeah, maybe that'd be a good franchise to have as well. KVJ Draft today is the best movie scenes of all time. All right, we're going to be drawing a playing card here to see who goes in what order. I drew out a jack.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There's so many scenes to go around. I don't know if draft order makes a big difference today or not.
Yeah, and I think they're all gonna. I think we're all picking ones we really like.
Probably. So it may be a lot of your own personal taste. Because yeah, I did see a lot. I'm like, I don't really love that scene. I don't even know if I've seen that movie. Virginia, what did you get?
I got a queen.
Oh, Queen Virginia, La Reina. Okay, Bird.
Well, you have a jack. You got a queen. I got A 4.
Okay, exciting. Exciting. 4. Yeah, okay. All right, what you got over there, Denny's?
I got a 7.
Okay, Denny's with a 7. And what does Suits have?
Suits has an ace.
Whoa, ace over there. Look at Slick. Okay. All right, so Suits, you get to go first here today. Drafting out the best movie scenes of all time. What are you going to kick us off with here, Suits?
No brainer for me. I'm taking Empire Strikes Back. Luke, I am your father. Greatest scene of all time.
It's a good one, Gary. It's a good one.
It is a big one, no doubt about it. All right, let's see here. Virginia, what do you got? What are you going to go with here?
The movie, Life is Beautiful, at the end, where they come into the camp on the tank and they save the little kid. Oh,
So
that's so good.
I don't know the movie, so I guess I'm not as moved.
It's a very good movie.
It's so good. The ending scene is just like you're bawling watching it. It's so good. Life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful.
Okay.
You will cry. I'm writing that down. I may watch that later.
All right. I am going to pick the opening scene of The Dark Knight, where you get to see the Joker and his progression go through. I thought that was poetry in motion. Denny's, what are you going to go with? Best movie scene of all time?
I think I'm going to go with the shower scene from Psycho.
Oh, you jerk.
Okay.
Jeez. It's a good one, Denny's.
I love that scene.
I didn't mean to call you a jerk. I feel guilty
I was
now.
going to say,
I was doing it out of jest.
Yes,
we
yes,
got some
yes.
bullying going on here. Bird, you got the next 2 picks.
I'm going to go with the final scene in the original Karate Kid when he does the crane.
Yeah.
The tournament scene.
Yeah, I figured that would be your number 1.
And then the second one, I'm going to go with the final reveal in Usual Suspects.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Uh-huh.
I love that. See, that whole scene is so good.
Yeah. Okay, we're back to you, Denny's.
All right, for my next one, I think I am going to go with the Goodwill Hunting scene. How do you like them apples?
Oh, it's a good scene. I love that one. Or the bar scene too.
It was tough. I had to pick between
Oh,
the two.
man.
'Cause the bar scene's equally as good.
And the one by the lake.
I almost consider that a 3-part scene.
That's a great
technically.
movie, Goodwill Hunting. If you have
Yeah.
not seen, have you seen that, Virginia?
Yes.
All right.
I have.
It is definitely solid. Okay, for me, I am going to go with the Godfather baptism scene. I think it's one of the greatest movies ever created, and he's up there as the Godfather, which is what the movie is entitled. And as they're baptizing this child, they're like, do you renounce Satan and all evil, as he's having everybody wiped out?
It's a great scene.
Yeah, and it's just like, whoa, that is so cool. That's going to be my next pick. Virginia, what are you going with? Best movie scene of all time here in the KVJ draft.
I'm picking the orgasm scene with
Harry Met
Sally. Yeah.
I'll have what she's having.
Yes.
Yes, that is a very popular scene. Okay, Suits, back to you. You get the next 2 picks. What are you going to take with the I Am Your Father scene?
I'm going to say hello to my little friend from Scarface.
Yeah, big one. Big one. Good call.
And from The Shining, here's Johnny.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Okay.
Good scene.
Google Gary. Okay, Suits has chosen all movies that are 20 years older than he is. Okay.
I've seen at least one of those, though.
Okay, he's seen one. Okay. All right. He's playing to win. Virginia, what is going to be your final movie scene?
I wanted to pick a funny one. I know some of these are so dramatic and
Yeah.
I just wanted to pick a funny one, and I was thinking what makes me laugh the most. I love in Bridesmaids the bathroom scene.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is laugh out loud funny.
I love it, and I just needed a little levity after the Life is Beautiful on my list.
Oh,
It's
that
so
movie.
depressing.
Oh, it's a good call. Yeah. So do I go serious or do I go funny?
It's tough.
Yeah, I think if I go funny, I'm going to lose it on the scene I'm going to choose. So, you know what I am going to do is I am going to go, this is one, I used to just put this scene on all the time just to pump me up and get me ready. It's the Rocky II training scene.
It's great.
Where he is getting all fired up, and it's it's a movie in and of itself. It stands alone, that scene. So I'll go with that. All right, Denny's, your final pick here.
I think I'm going to go with a classic. They just announced a new one coming out. I think I'm going to go Matrix. Probably the first time he dodges bullets.
Yeah, that was my other pick. I almost went with that.
That's
a good call, though.
The first time I saw that, it blew my mind.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm right there with you. All right, Bird, you got the final overall pick here.
I'm with Virginia. I wanted to go do something kind of fun.
Lighten your list a little.
Yeah, I in the movie Step Brothers, the Catalina wine scene at the end.
Yes, the Catalina wine mixer.
The Catalina wine mixer, and then the one guy's doing Billy Joel songs, but he only does 80s Billy Joel, not 70s, and there's a fight. I love that.
That's really good.
The Catalina wine mixer scene.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see some big scenes that nobody chose from Dead Poet Society. Oh, Captain, My Captain.
It's heavy.
It's good.
It is a heavy one. You've got the dance scene from Pulp Fiction. I thought Virginia might go with that.
Yeah, it's not even my favorite part of that movie. I have better parts that I like in that movie that maybe don't translate.
And that's how I feel about Bridesmaid. There's so many scenes I love the most, not the bathroom scene. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody went with Titanic's I'm the King of the World.
I think it's too cheesy.
Or how that when Rose lets him die at the end.
Yeah.
No one picked that one.
Scream, the cold open.
Darn. That's such a good one.
I didn't think people would love that. I love that.
Yeah,
opening.
I know. I didn't know if that'd play either. From the movie Seven. What's in the box?
The ending of that movie is awesome.
I thought about that one, but that one's just, man,
Good one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
hauntingly dark.
Good ending.
What about the Silence of the Lambs?
Clarice, there's a lamb in the lamb.
I just
There's a
like
Screaming Lambs.
Screaming
scene.
lambs. Oh, so many lambs. So many lambs.
Shawshank Redemption, when Andy escapes.
I mean,
There's a lot in that
Yeah,
movie.
you could go with a
Yeah.
lot of those. The opening scene, the D-Day landing and Saving Private Ryan. That maybe is one of the most powerful movie scenes I've ever seen. That's a life-changing scene.
But when that part's over, you have to hit pause and then lay
I'm
down
exhausted.
for about 30 minutes. Get some ice chips, put them on your neck.
I've never been in war, but I have PTSD just
Yes,
watching that.
yes.
I can't even imagine how you wouldn't get triggered if you'd ever been in a battle from that. The comedy scene, I almost went with the Tommy Boy gas station scene. Do you remember that? Where in the background, David Spade is talking to the guy trying to get directions, and you just see Chris Farley and all of his beauty wrecking his car at the gas pump behind him. So there was definitely a lot of great scenes you could have gone with. Who picked out the best 3 movie scenes? We posted up on our Facebook, also on our Instagram. Any other scenes we left out? Man, I just love movies. When you look at all these scenes, you're like, oh, that is a great one. That's a great one. Oh, that is a good one. We were drafting out just a second ago the best movie scenes of all time. Now, we can only go through 15. So, obviously, there's a lot left, that we didn't get to in our draft. And we'll see who drafted out the best 3. You can go to our Facebook page, Instagram. We're posting those up tomorrow morning, right about 7:40. We'll announce that for you.
It's always that third one. Gosh,
It
man.
is.
I
It
had
is. I know.
I had that closing scene of Field of Dreams when he plays catch with his dad.
Oh, my gosh,
I know.
yes.
I know.
Wow. That's a big one.
I had it.
Yeah, now some of the ones that we didn't go with, just to let you know, Tommy Boy, I almost went with the gas station scene. Somebody said it should have been Fat Guy in a Little Coat. That one didn't make me. I love that, and that's probably even a more iconic scene.
That's what's weird. Some of you're the one Bridesmaid. Bridesmaid's got about 4 or 5 that I think are.
But the bathroom
Amazing.
scene is laugh out loud. That really.
That was my favorite scene, though.
Really?
Yeah.
There's so many in that movie. It's hard to pick.
Her driving by with all the dogs in
The
the car.
puppy?
That's actually my favorite scene.
Her with all the puppies is so amazing.
That is my
gosh.
favorite part of Bridesmaid.
Oh, man. Sixth Sense, I See Dead People. Nobody went with that. Adam Sandler fighting Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore.
There's a few in Happy Gilmore as well.
Yeah, A Few Good Men. You Can't Handle the Truth.
I thought that might have been too predictable.
Maybe. Basic Instincts interrogation scene. Nobody went with that. Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I gotta watch Dirty. It's been a minute since I've seen that. When's the last?
The lift.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about that lift.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw that movie?
It's been a little bit, but I have seen it recently.
All right.
Yeah. Let me see other ones here. Show Me the Money. Jerry Maguire.
I love that movie. I think that's such a great movie.
Rudy, when he leads the team onto the field.
You ruined Rudy for me. Now I can't stand it. Every time I watch that movie, I'm hoping he gets his ass kicked.
Yeah. Somebody asked, nothing from Old School. I thought about that. I almost went with that. I thought probably the Will Ferrell at the party is good. Bring your green hat.
Or we're going streaking.
Yeah, that's kind of that's all I think to me tied together in a sense. I mean, it's really long.
There's some in Wedding Crashers too that's good.
Yeah.
The opening scene of Wedding Crashers I love.
Yeah, that's real solid as well. So, yeah, I don't know. 40-Year-Old Virgin, the hair waxing scene. Nobody chose that as the best movie scene for today's KVJ draft. So, yeah, final fight scene in Avengers Endgame. So people were saying that one.
What would you say that the biggest part, the best scene in Goonies would be? Because someone said, well, how can you not do Goonies?
I thought that, there are just some movies. It's very odd. There are some movies that are okay that have an amazing scene. And then there are some amazing movies that don't really have that standout scene. It's almost like the whole movie is great. I mean, I know that, the chunk where he's doing the truffle shuffle.
Maybe the Hey You Guys when they take over the ship and beat up the Fratellis.
Yeah, or when they come through like the water slide and see the pirate ship for the first time.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm watching Goonies today.
Okay. There you go. Goodfellas. I'm funny like what?
Yeah,
I amuse you?
If I would have thought of that, I would have used that one.
So I amuse you?
That is such a great scene.
Yeah, pretty solid. All great suggestions. So thank you very much. Again, you can go and check out what we voted for. We'll see who drafted out the best team tomorrow. I believe it's about time for a little comedy.
Oh, we need to laugh.
Oh my gosh, I'm ready for it after Virginia's depressing movie scenes. I mean, good Lord, I need to laugh around here. My gosh. Thank God we got producer Denny's joke jury here. We are the ones to let him know how he did as he's penned out some comedy for us. All right, Denny's, what you got today?
First joke, how do rednecks consider a situation?
How do rednecks consider a situation? I don't know. How do they?
They mull it over.
Redneck comedy. Okay.
I like it.
That would kill in my hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Second joke, what TV show caught Chris Hansen dodging his taxes?
I don't know what TV show did.
To Catch a Creditor.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, somebody's on fire today.
Third joke, how much did the baby canary sell their nest for?
Baby canary sell their nest for? I don't know. How much?
Cheap.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
I can't get enough.
That's really good stuff, Josh.
Oh my goodness. You're killing me today.
All right, fourth joke, who provided the flowers for Lieutenant Dan's funeral?
Ooh, I don't know who did.
Florist Gump?
Florist.
You got me in stitches, baby.
Life is like a box of flowers.
Final joke.
That's good, Kevin.
That was very good. Final joke. What did Paul Revere say when he watched a porno from London?
I don't know. What did he say?
The British are coming. The British are coming.
Oh, okay. All right. That's an A+ round there.
Pretty slam, Josh.
That is good stuff. I really am addicted to Nextdoor now. It's amazing how much time I'm spending every day reading it. It's so fascinating to me. I don't know why. It's kind of like if you ever sat inside of your home and looked out the window and just you're curious what the neighbors are doing. I used to do that when I lived in New York. And I was in Manhattan and East Village. I would just sit there and look out the window. And I'm like, I would be there for hours. I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know what it is. It's so captivating just to people watch. And Nextdoor feels like people watching to see what's going on. But then you can read all the comments. I don't know why it's sucking me in the way that it is.
The great thing, too, about Nextdoor is it's a lot of older people that really aren't social media savvy about what you should and shouldn't do on social media or say on social media. And so they just unleash tirades and think that everything's going to be cool.
Yeah.
But then people come for them and they're shocked. Oh, it's great. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Well, here is one that kind of might be like that. This is somebody who threw a little bit of a party, but it turned into some drama here. Tommy is the one that had the party, and he just wanted to say thanks to everybody who helped celebrate his birthday, but then it caused a little bit of a fight. I'll play the role of Tommy. Bird, you can be Lori. Virginia, you can be Cade. And Denny's, you'll be Glenda.
Cade.
Cade and Glenda.
Hey, I just want to say thanks to everybody who came out to my birthday party. It was pretty cool having a live band playing my backyard match.
Yeah, we know. You kept me and my sick husband up all night. Not cool at all, and that band sucked.
Whoa, are you being serious? If you had a problem with the noise, you should have just said something to me.
My husband, who was sick, knocked on your door twice, and nobody answered. Kind of lucky we didn't call the cops. Next time we won't be so charitable.
I live right by you, Tommy, and I never heard any loud noise. This Lori chick is a crazy psycho. Oh, and her husband always is oogling my wife when she's gardening in the front yard.
My husband would never look at your wife. Her bony ass looks like she smokes crack.
I heard the loud music all night long as well, and I live 6 houses down from the party. It was very disrespectful, and yes, that band sucked.
That band kicked ass, man. Some of you need to get a life. If you got an issue with me, report it. I dare ya.
I already reported you. No more loud parties for you, Tommy.
I did too. We won't let the animals run the zoo. We have rules here in our neighborhood.
This is such a common fight. You have cool neighbor versus annoying neighbors in almost every South Florida neighborhood. And you know what team you're on. Where you're just kind of chill, you're cool with everybody else. And I think the annoying neighbors, do you know you're the annoying neighbors, that you're tattling on everybody and causing a fight?
Well, there's 2 ways you can do that. So if Tommy really was a jerk and playing music all the way till 4 o'clock in the morning and was disturbing, so he's in the wrong. But also Lori's wrong with her approach too. So they both can be annoying and wrong here.
I just don't understand like how 2 different people, because other people are saying like I didn't hear anything. Like it wasn't a big deal.
I don't know. According to Glenda, she was all pissed off.
What's going on?
Denny's made Glenda sound like she was 103.
Glenda,
I loved her.
old name, right?
She totally was 103.
There's another post that somebody had sent us here. This is from Jeremy, who wiped out on a bike. Thought he had to go to the hospital and posted about it. And I guess this is kind of like the old traditional Facebook phishing, because, you know, you got hurt, you go to the hospital, and, you know, you post something up, and you're like, okay, oh my gosh, how are you? You know, that's what they need. That's what
Are
they
you
want.
okay?
Oh my gosh.
I read your post.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So Jeremy did that. It didn't go the way Jeremy thought it would.
I read your post and I went through all 32 pictures you posted of that one stitch.
Virginia, you get to play the role of Jeremy.
Okay, any notes on Jeremy? Is he older, younger?
I think Jeremy, kind of a middle-aged individual who's just, you know, he wants people to care about him.
He's needy.
He's very needy. Jeremy's very needy.
Nothing worse than a needy man.
He's like, let me read the first 2. He seems needy.
Okay, all right.
I'll play the role of Andy, and Bird, you can be Patty.
Damn, Denny, you go 5.
Yeah, no Glenda in this one?
No Glenda.
All right, I'm out here.
You can go into the
Just have
phones.
Glenda just making random appearances. Why am I even in this thread?
Go answer some hate calls.
Yeah. Okay, Virginia, you're the role of Jeremy. Go ahead. You got the first couple of posts here.
Oh, okay. Okay, Jeremy starts out by saying, I wiped out on my bike yesterday. I thought I had to go to the hospital. I am not feeling good at all.
Oh man, that's too bad.
Then nobody comments, though. It's just nothing. And then it's Jeremy who comments again under that first post. Wow. 2 hours later, and nobody asks how I'm doing. I feel so loved and appreciated. Not. I guess none of my friends even care about my health.
People still doing the not thing?
They shouldn't.
Yeah. Andy fires back. Dude, stop being a complaining bitch on social media. I was with you. You did not have to almost go to the hospital. You barely fell, LMFAO.
You didn't see how hard I fell. You were in front of me, and I have soft bones.
Soft bones.
Yeah, soft bones, jerk. Soft bone people can't fall like you
Lord.
hard bone people.
Okay.
When we fall, we get injured badly.
All right.
Know somebody's truth before you go running your mouth. My soft bones should not be taken lightly.
I was just kidding, bro. Calm down. Jeez, are you okay, dude?
Lighten up, Jeremy. And he's just kidding.
Hours later, Jeremy posts again.
I'm sorry to anyone I offended earlier today. I was tripping on mushrooms. I've never done them before, and somebody should have taken them away from me. I'm so sorry.
Oh, he had some of them soft bone mushrooms.
Soft bones.
Does he really have soft bones, or did the shrooms make him think he had soft bones?
See, that is the $1 million question. I think he doesn't have soft bones. I think it was the shrooms.
Soft bones. Oh, your bones, they're so soft.
It's not a good quality in a bone.
No, it's not. No, it isn't.
No, I soft bone.
Any kind of bone.
Yeah. Jaybird had told me something that I think is interesting. And I just want to see, is there something to this?
He's got soft bones, doesn't he? I knew it.
I don't know. I don't know about his bones.
I got some weak ass bones. A part of my body, my wrist.
Your hands are soft bones.
Got weak knuckles.
Yesterday, we were talking about fighting and our own personal fight records. And then I was talking about, my wife, the Mexican queen. She grew up in Joliet, Illinois, really tough town, tough family. And she was fighting all the time. There's about 40 Mexican queen fighting stories. And I told you not long ago, one of my daughter's friends, she's 23. She's like, I could take your mom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
Cheyenne?
and my wife's response always is like, you and what friends? Who are you bringing to the party? Because my wife is not adverse to fighting. In fact, the Mexican queen likes fighting multiple people. She usually likes numbers of 3.
One person is not a challenge for her.
No.
She wants it to be impressive. If she's going to kick ass, let it be 3 or 4.
And then Jaybird said that he was in a store yesterday and somebody comes up to him who wants to fight the queen as well.
Well, I was thrown off because I'm just doing a little grocery shopping, and I could tell someone was looking at me and getting ready to say something. So I'm prepared for a comment, and she looks at me. She goes, "You know what? I can kick the queen's ass." I'm like, "What? The Queen of England? Oh, the Mexican queen."
Anybody could kick the Queen of England's ass.
Right. She goes, "I heard Kevin
That
talk."
hooker is frail.
So I heard Kevin talking on the air about how tough the queen is. Just to let you know, I've been in all these fights and blah. Now, I don't think she hates the queen or anything at all.
I get it.
It wasn't about that. She was trying to brag about her fighting record, her toughness, and then she started going through a record with me. She's like, I never lost a fight in my life.
It was the same way with my daughter's friend, but this was the odd observance when Jaybird mentioned that. I'm like going, what is it? Is this a chick thing? Is this just a person thing? Because the interesting thing was one time I was with the Mexican queen, my wife, and we were at a party at Seminole Coconut Creek, and Amanda Nunez was there. She's a big MMA fighter. I always see her on TV, and she whoops ass. And the whole time we're standing, we're sitting actually at like a table where she is, and the whole time my wife is eyeing her up and down. She's like, I really want a shot at her. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, this is the one woman that I'd be like, okay, Amanda Nunez would kick your ass.
But I think
what is it with chicks?
Amanda trains
Yes.
every day. That's her job.
She's one of the biggest badass women on the planet.
Kicking is her job.
But why does my wife want a shot at the title? And what is it? Is this? I never knew women would size each other up and want to fight them.
It's tough chicks, and I've noticed that because we were at Blue Martini doing cocktails and karaoke, and the queen was there, and I was talking to a KVJ Nationer, and I'd never met her before. She goes, "Is that the queen over there?" I go, "Yeah, that's the queen." And she goes, "She ain't that tough." So I think some people who like to fight.
The queen now is deceiving because she's a school teacher. She has the school teacher glasses. She wears these schmucks that look like she's on Little House on the Prairie. So she'll throw you off.
But the woman who said she ain't that tough, you could tell she wanted a piece of the queen. That woman liked to fight too. You could tell she was into fighting. She didn't have nothing against the queen.
It's
she wanted to show off her toughness.
I guess there are 2 different kinds of girls. Those who want to get scrappy for no good reason just because they like to fight, and those who only fight if it's necessary.
Well, you have that with dudes too. There are guys that go out that look for a fight.
Totally.
I like to drink beer and kick ass. We're almost, out of beer. There's that kind of mentality with people.
Right.
The Logan, Ohio way.
Right, yeah. That's kind of what it is.
That's true. I guess girls and guys were the same.
Yeah.
We're all humans.
Okay. All right. Fascinating
I
stuff.
could never imagine just fighting somebody just because I wanted to fight them and there was no beef. That doesn't feel fun to
Well,
me.
even looking back playing baseball, there's always one or two guys on a team that was the enforcer, the tough guy that liked to kind of fight. And even then, when you would hear about another guy being tough, they'd always be like, "That guy's not tough." It brings something out of the fighter.
It is, because I'm not a fighter at all. So to me, when I'm like, do people just walk around sizing each other up, saying, "Oh, I could definitely kick their ass"? I'm like, because clearly everybody's looking at me like, "AD would not even be
It stirs the fighter's spirit.
Okay, so these are the okay.
They have a constant scorecard.
Yes, I guess that's what it is. Everybody they see in society. Yep, kick his ass, kick her ass. Yep, kick their asses. They've come out with the 500 greatest songs of all time. Rolling Stone updated their list after 17 years, and they have gone through. There were some respectable people on there, artists, musicians, things like that themselves that have had massive hits. The number one song, they say, greatest song of all time, according to Rolling Stone, Aretha Franklin's "Respect." Okay. RESPECT. I won't argue it.
It's a
great
it's a classic.
song.
But here are the ones, like Rolling Stone does this. They do the ones, okay, that some of them make sense. I got you on that. And then they just throw in the ones like, come on.
A B-side by Radiohead.
Yeah. So
Honey Face Butterfly.
I'll go through some of the, okay, I get it. And like, come on, Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Like number 2 is Public Enemy's Fight the Power. I get it. Look, I don't want to, knock that because yes, it is. It's civil justice, all this, whatever it might be. It's all good, but it's not the second greatest song of all time.
Are you trying to accuse them of making a pandering list?
Yes.
Okay.
It clearly is. It clearly is. Then they got Sam Cooke, A Change Is Gonna Come. Okay, that's number 3. All right. Okay. Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone, number 4.
These sound like all social songs.
Yeah, it really is. And so that's kind of the thing where I'm like, you guys are taking this all too seriously. Like, a lot of people use music to escape. It's great when it has a social message.
Can you give me a Build Me a Buttercup in there?
That's all fine. But yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, the first, 3 of the top 4 are basically those kind of songs. That's where I'm like, eh. They got Marvin Gaye, What's Going On at number 6. Again.
Social, yeah.
Social, that's really kind of what the whole thing was. And then they got Missy Elliott's Get Your Freak On at 8.
Not social.
What?
But kind of social.
That's why this list is like, wait, what? Okay. All right. They got Outkast, Hey Ya at 10.
Great song.
It's a great song, but it's not the top. It's not in the top 10 greatest songs of all time.
It really is a good song, but to Kevin's point, that song gets so much hype, and I really do like that song. I'm not knocking the song, but people act like it's the next unbelievable thing.
In number 9, they got Fleetwood Mac's Dreams, which I'm like, okay, that truly I would put that. If you had a great song category, I would put that in there.
I'd put Landslide before Dreams.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Let me see some of the other ones that they have in the top 20 that I respect. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, Prince's Purple Rain, John Lennon's Imagine.
There's some songs that are going to be so overplayed, but don't let that, detract from its greatness on the list. Bohemian Rhapsody is so overplayed, but that is a fantastic song.
Yeah. But then the ones that Rolling Stone throws in here on the back end of the top 20. At number 14, The Kinks' Waterloo Sunset. What?
Huh?
Yeah. And then number 20, they got Robin's Dancing on My Own.
They're coming at us with some Waterloo Sunset. They got a lot of balls, Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Waterloo Sunset?
You got to expect that out of Rolling Stone. They'll have something like, okay, I'm not going to fight you on that. But then they're like, come on, man.
I'm going to fight you on that.
The really fun topic that we had on our Facebook page that I absolutely loved. What song are you purposely singing wrong? A lot of times you don't know the lyrics, and maybe sometimes you used to sing it wrong, and then eventually you just do, but now you know the right lyrics, but you still sing it wrong. Like, I can't hear anything in that Maroon 5 song, Animals, other than, like animals, 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 balls. Like, I just, to me, and now every time I sing Animals, balls, bulls.
Yeah, right.
Because that's all I hear now.
That because of you, that's what happened to me too.
Yes,
song.
It is kind of forever ruined. So that's what we're looking for. Some really good submissions we had on the KVJ Show Facebook page. What songs you're purposely singing wrong? There was one top answer, and I think David on here from Plantation has what most people said was the song they purposely sing wrong on the KVJ Show Facebook page. What is the song you purposely sing wrong, David?
The song is, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, so it's Tom Petty, Free Falling.
Yeah.
So when I moved to Florida, my English was very limited.
Okay.
You can't tell now, but the song was frijoles. And I was like, frijoles? Why is he talking about frijoles? I'm like, okay,
He
whatever.
loves
So I was,
beans.
like, bawling out frijoles. I'm like, and my girlfriend at the time was like, what are you talking about? Why would he be talking about frijoles? I'm like, I don't know.
Loves them.
I mean, the whitest guy ever
day-
singing about frijoles.
Frijoles.
Now when you guys hear that song, you're gonna hear frijoles going forward.
Oh, yes.
To this day,
Oh, man.
every time they hear that song,
Yeah.
hey, the frijoles song is on, Dad.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Going forth,
Yeah.
They still do it.
Yeah.
it's going to be
That's great.
frijoles forever.
Yeah, that'll definitely change it for me. Yeah, where a lot of people went with it, me included, is because I'm free balling. Yeah, but I do like frijoles too. That's all good. Some of the other ones that people are putting on our Facebook page, the songs you purposely sing wrong. Alicia said, when my friend was 15, she thought the first line of Bryan Adams' Summer of '69 was, I had my first real sex dream. I had to be like, no, I bought my first real six string.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I now sing it that way all the time. Barbara said our granddaughter used to sing Lady Gaga's Paparazzi by saying, Papayazzi.
Oh, it's
So
cute.
I still sing it the same way. I like Papayazzi better than Paparazzi. Alexis said for Havana by Camila Cabello, I sing Banana. Banana, na, 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 instead of Havana. Why? Because it's more fun. I get you. That's why sometimes you got to change the lyrics. Telia said when my daughter was little, she thought the song Like a G6 said like a cheese stick.
Oh,
That's a good one.
And she got so excited they made a song about her favorite snack.
Aw, that's precious.
And to this day, I still sing it the same way. Like a cheese stick. Christy said it wasn't on purpose, but the high school boyfriend noticed I was singing, I want a new truck, and not I want a new drug. I was mortified when he pointed it out. Magali said, for Jukebox Hero by Foreigner, I say Juice Box Hero because I love juice boxes more.
I do love a juice box.
A juice box hero. Renee said Boston's More Than a Feeling is corn on the ceiling, corn on the ceiling. Sarah said, the Journey song, and so I come to you with broken arms.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that one. Karen said, sing it. Every time you go away, you take a piece of meat with you. I like that one better. Makes the song better. Stephanie's for the song she purposely sings wrong was the Rolling Stones. I'll never be your beast of burden. When I was a kid, I thought it said, I'll never leave your pizza burning.
A lot of people do. That's a popular one.
I'll never leave your pizza burning.
Yes.
I like that better. Melissa said, I change song lyrics in the car to make my kids either laugh or ruin their favorite song for my enjoyment. I get it. You should. And Kimberly said in Doja Cat's Kiss Me More when she says, all of my tongue, I want it. I say, I love my tenderoni.
A lot of food ones.
Yeah, a lot of people. This is one of the more popular misheard lyrics. Greg's on here from Stewart. This is a Taylor Swift song for Blank Space.
Yes.
What is the lyrics that you sing wrong?
Gotta, what is it? Gotta have your Starbucks lovers, all the same.
Yeah.
The Starbucks lovers party.
Starbucks lovers.
Yeah, they say that's one of the most missung lyrics. Yeah, people will sing Starbucks lover instead of, was it ex-lovers?
Ex-lovers,
Cross
yeah.
ex-lovers or something like that.
There's a Beyonce song too where she says broken hearted. It sounds like she's saying broken farted. There's a heart and a fart that sounds very similar.
I farted.
Yeah, that's it.
Who's on my seat? I fought. And she says I bought it, but it sounds like she's saying I farted.
There's another. She has a couple.
Yeah, that's
It sounds like
the
she's
one
farting.
that some people. I farted. What? Beyonce, jeez. Calm it down a bit. Oh, yeah. All right. You got something that you need to confess. You can do it here on the KVJ show. Just text them in to us, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. You know, we all have things that we do that are not right. That's just it.
We all got skeletons, Nikki, and I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I got a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, she got a few closets.
I got to walk in.
Yeah.
You
There
got-
you go, yeah. Yeah. Well, I know we can all do better, but, you know, just feel a little bit more human. We'll call out your texts, reveal your most terrible secrets. Yeah. Boy, I hope this didn't come from somebody in this room. This one says, when I worked as a radio DJ, I'd often get offered prizes by PR companies to give away on the air, and then anything decent I kept for myself and sent the provider a faked recording of me announcing a lucky winner.
That's probably why you're not on radio anymore. I used
That's
to
like
be
illegal.
I used to be in radio, so I write this from the clink.
Yes. Somebody else confessing here saying, I'm an accountant, and every Christmas we have a vote for the client who's been the biggest prick of the year. I then report them to the IRS, regardless of if they've done anything wrong or not. Regardless, we always get a full audit and we get more work, so it's a win-win. Oh, that's terrible, I guess.
Dang.
I guess it depends on how bad the person is.
There's ways people can screw you that you don't even realize.
Scary, isn't it?
It is very scary.
It is scary. So that's another reason to not be a jerk, especially to your accountant. Somebody confessing here today, they say, I worked at a hotel where they used to collect half bottles of wine from tables after banquet functions, and then they combine them into full bottles and then resell them to other people.
Oh, hell
Oh,
no.
my gosh.
You're awfully quiet there, whiny.
Yeah, I've heard of that happening a lot. It's called marrying the alcohol.
What?
Yeah, you can do that
Yeah.
with marrying the ketchup. But
You're not supposed to. It's very, very, very frowned upon.
Does it gross you out? Because there's the term marrying the ketchup. Does it? If you saw someone at a diner doing that, they're taking the one ketchup bottle, filling it with another. Does that bother you?
That one's not regulated. You're allowed to do that, even though it's gross.
It's still gross.
But the alcohol thing, I think, is like illegal or something.
Yeah.
Should be. They said, so I would skim from the bar to balance the universe. So,
Wow.
yeah, they would take the wine as a way to pay them back. This confession says, husband snores and won't accept it because he can't hear it. So when he starts, I pick my nose and I drop little boogies into his mouth. My best friend says if it was the other way around, it would be spousal abuse. Maybe, but it makes me smile and it's more satisfying and cheaper than divorce.
Yeah, people are evil.
Oh my gosh.
That is amazing.
I'm dropping little boogies in his mouth.
This segment makes me lose faith in
Oh
humanity.
my gosh. Somebody else confessing, I tell my wife that I'm staying up late playing World of Warcraft just so I can have a drink and read my book in peace and quiet. Okay.
Well, what? Just tell her you're reading your book.
Yeah, I don't know. She got a problem with you. Maybe it's the drink. I don't know. Somebody confessing, when my mom dies, I'm going to have her cremated against her wishes.
Gosh. Do you really want that kind of that energy around?
A
imagine that?
spouse has all the power. Like, if the spouse says cremate her, they cremate
Well,
her.
this says mom.
Or mom.
Yeah, mom.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Mom.
If someone's got a request on how they want to die, then
Yeah.
you purposely don't do that
Right.
just to spite them. Your energy's off.
Yeah, good luck with that because mom is going to haunt you.
Yeah, I just don't. It's just the wrong avenue.
Yeah. Somebody else confessing, to cheer myself up in meetings, I come up with ways I could get away with murdering all my colleagues. That's an interesting way to spend a meeting. Somebody else said, a colleague I dislike greatly regularly complains that we can hear a street musician playing from our office. So in fairness, the guy is terrible, but I make sure to tip him very well so he continues to play in the same spot all the time. Choke on it, Greg.
Greg.
I love it.
Oh, man. And how about this? Somebody said, I really have the hots for one of the other parents at my kid's preschool swimming class. I want to fantasize about us having sex in one of the changing rooms at the pool, but I'm unable to because I can't work out the logistics of who's going to look after our kids while we do it. Oh, when reality meets fantasy, it just ruins the whole thing.
You, my friend, need a nanny.
Yes. Okay. Anything to confess, 877-979-WRMF.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, boy, Broward County kind of stepped in it. They were trying to observe National Hispanic Heritage Month, which started yesterday. So on Twitter and Facebook, they put out an image of a dancing taco. And it had multicolored maracas in its hand and a swirl of sour cream for hair. But it was a smiling, happy taco. The text that went with it said, "It's National Hispanic Heritage Month. It celebrates the independence of Latin American countries like Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. What are you doing to celebrate?" Well, basically, people were just bitching about how insensitive you are to celebrate. Within about 5 hours, the GIF was removed from both their Twitter and Facebook accounts, and Hallandale Beach City Commissioner Sabrina Javelena called the post extremely embarrassing, whereas others called for sensitivity training and expressed disgust with Broward's GIF selection. Whoops.
Definitely a white person picked that GIF.
Hey, all right. Happy National Hispanic Heritage Month.
A happy cartoon taco,
Yay,
really?
Tacos, tacos. That's all you've given us is tacos, tacos.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, wow. Somebody else that probably needs a little checkup is this Lyft driver in Tennessee who got suspended after she left a passenger in the middle of a freeway.
Oh, my.
The passenger said it all started when he asked the driver to obey the speed limit and roll up the windows, and then that's when the female driver flipped the F out and started yelling at him. The whole thing's caught on video. She yells at the male passenger, "You're a bitch, F you, and F your mama too." What? And then she just pulls over and is like, "Get out!" And it's the middle of the freeway.
Wow.
Lyft has since suspended the driver and is investigating the incident, but boy, you never know when you're going to get a cuckoo driver,
You
huh?
don't know when you're going to get... It gets weird a lot.
It's an odd pairing.
She sounds like she's going through something.
The more you do it, the more weirder it gets. I'm telling you.
Really?
Yes.
I just remember I was so weirded out the first time my wife ever called one. I'm like, so wait, I'm supposed to get in this stranger's car? I'm like, this is...
Same thing
What?
for me. It took me a good month and a half to get comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's very weird in the beginning.
You should never really get comfortable, though, because let's just not forget, you still are getting in the backseat of a stranger's car.
Yeah.
You should always tell people where you're going and send somebody like a way to track your ride, because you never know.
Well, like anything, too, it gets watered down.
Yeah.
And everybody's able to do Lyft and Uber these days, so there's a lot of opportunity out there, and you're not going to get as great a service. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
there's a
more
lot of mentally unstable, crazy people driving Lyfts and Ubers.
Yeah, the more you open it up, just the percentages, you're going to get some weird rides.
Yes.
Cops in Oklahoma City are looking for a guy who went to a grocery store on Sunday and defecated in one of the freezers right on the Totino's pizza rolls.
Dude.
I mean, you know how I feel
What?
about Totino's. I mean, that's so disrespectful.
What?
I get it. The Tostinos, I mean, they're kind of crap. But you don't poop on them.
Somebody accidentally put their hand in it, too.
Oh, yeah, I think it was it was a random woman who found it while shopping with her kids. Oh my gosh.
And I pick up a bag of pizza rolls, and there's literally human, excuse my language. And I was upset. I was disgusted. I felt like I was violated. I grabbed the bag. I felt something smushy on the bag, so I turned it over, and there it was.
It was fresh. If it was smushy and it was in the freezer, it was fresh.
Let me ask you, is this good for Totino's, or is it terrible for them? Do you like this story?
No, the association's terrible.
Terrible.
I mean, I'm not right now thinking, you know what? I need to run out and get me some pizza rolls.
No, it's turning my stomach.
not
So
mine right
there
now.
is such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be it. That's not.
You
don't want that.
I'm such a fan of their pizza.
Yeah, but you don't want that. You don't want that.
Virginia, you look disgusted.
I'm grossed out by everything. The poo, the fact that it was very fresh. The Tostinos pizza rolls are kind of gross too.
Okay, well,
They're hit and miss.
Everything's gross. It's just gross.
Oh, this is kind of interesting. A 64-year-old fugitive in Australia just gave himself up. Apparently, it's all because of COVID. Almost 30 years ago, he escaped from prison, and now he said that lockdown's got him jobless, homeless, and he's like, I'd have a better life in prison, so he finally turned himself in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy,
some people think that.
30 years?
Yeah, 30
He had
years.
A good run.
He's 64
he's
now.
probably just old and ready to retire.
64 is like, I'll get my 3 squares, I'll get a fresh place to stay.
All good, yeah. I can go for this. A drone carrying drugs was headed for a prison in Virginia, but apparently it made the drop in the wrong place and actually dropped its contents outside of a school.
Oh.
Had marijuana, cell phones, tobacco, and a USB to C lightning converter.
I mean, if that was at my high school, people would have been so pumped.
Yeah,
right?
That's a goodie bag.
That's Friday night.
Yeah. Whoops. British authorities are warning shop owners in the UK not to sell kids large quantities of baked beans because there's a new trend going around called beaning.
Frijoles.
Where they're taking the frijoles and they're smearing them on people's houses and cars.
Oh, my.
Huh?
Yeah. Beaning. It's, hey, just to let you know, social media is ruining the world, not just South Florida.
It's ruining the world.
The world, the whole world.
Now they're ruining beans?
Yeah.
Bastards.
Oh, my gosh.
Actually, one thing beneficial from social media, there's 2 Costco workers that are demonstrating their generous return policy they had there at the store on TikTok. It includes being able to return used bed sheets, a Christmas tree, and an already eaten pie.
What, do you just bring the tin back?
I guess so. I don't know.
This pie was terrible. I ate every crumb.
Yeah.
That's what usually happens when people complain. This was a terrible meal. There's one small bite left.
Yeah. According to Costco's return policy, members have a risk-free 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Really? We should try the trick that we did to Nordstrom's, because Nordstrom used to have that policy.
Yeah.
And we tricked them, and then not too long after our trick, they changed their policy. You can't return just anything to Nordstrom anymore.
I'll tell you what, it does not work at Bell's, because I remember I tried to return some chocolate-covered underwear for a bit, and they're like, you can't return these.
That's what we did at Nordstrom, and they took it back.
Yeah.
We melted Hershey bar in boxers.
For some reason, I guess you can't take back cigarettes, alcohol, diamonds over 1 carat, and then I guess electronics can be returned within 90 days. So there are some exceptions. And a fun little piece of viral audio today of a profane parrot that hates cats.
Shut up. Quiet. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. Shut up.
That's a parrot.
That's amazing.
That's pretty darn good.
Isn't that pretty good?
I mean, in his defense, that cat is loud.
Yeah, loud, annoying. Shut up. I get it. Got some great news here. I love doing this. I love when people are listening and they hear their name and we get to double their paycheck. But listen to this. I think we had better really dig deep into the wallet here, Virginia, because not only do we have the name of the person we called, Frederick LeBlanc from Port St. Lucie, but we got that whole refer a friend where you refer a friend. If your friend wins, you get $500. And Danielle Smith is the refer a friend here. And do we have Frederick here?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Frederick, how you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Not as good as you because nobody is doubling my paycheck, but somebody's doubling yours.
It's a pretty good feeling to hear my name on the radio this morning, that's for sure.
Yay!
And I guess you're with somebody that is going to be a little richer as well. Who you with?
She is sitting right here, and this is Danielle Smith.
Oh.
Danielle, you got $500. How cool is that? Huh? I mean, this is like the best thing ever.
That means you have to listen to us forever, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Wow. Okay, so we got two big old winners right there, right beside each other. See, this is the perfect example of how it works right. Is somebody that you love and care about, you're with all the time, you go on ahead and refer them, make sure you're listening to the radio. It is 5 times a day, 9, 11, 1, 3, and 5 p.m. You can win. Congratulations to both of you. We'll get some information, get you some cash, okay?
So much, you guys, and she's a long-time listener, and I'm a brand new listener, but we're both definitely big fans.
Awesome. Well, we love having you added to the family, Frederick. Thank you very much, and enjoy your money. You got any plans for it?
Not yet, actually. It's a little too soon, but I'm sure we'll come up with something.
Okay, there you go. Smart little thing. What a nice little surprise if you find out, hey, you know what? I referred you to this radio station contest, and you just doubled your paycheck up to $1,000.
I like it.
At least you got to take Danielle out to eat.
Something.
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's nice. We got 2 winners for the price of 1 right there. If you're not signed up or you got to refer a friend, just go to WRMF.com or go to our app, and you can do it right there. Listen again, 11 a.m., then 1, 3, and 5 p.m. today. Every Tuesday and Thursday, KVJ will double up your paycheck. All right, we got some random questions to hit you up with here today. In fact, one that got a ton of response on the KVJ Show Facebook page yesterday. What song will you hate until you die? Okay. Oh, man, there's a few that do it for me. Pharrell's Happy. Because we had to keep playing that when we were very unhappy.
We were so sad playing Happy.
A station we work for, yes, before this one.
For me, I just still hate I got that boom, 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 pow.
Oh,
It's
boom,
just
yeah.
the worst.
Boom, boom, pow.
I'll hate it until I go to the urn.
Yeah. I don't know why. Red wine is always
terrible. It's awful.
The
red wine don't make me feel
so fine. Can't stand it. That's not a new song, but I still every time I'm like, oh, please. Oh, it's terrible.
They do play it, though. It's still out there.
Yeah, it does. It pops up every now and then. Do you have a song that's passionate for you, Virginia?
I despise that stupid song. I wouldn't walk 500 miles and I wouldn't walk 500 miles.
Yeah.
I like that song.
So stupid.
It's kind of a jam.
It's just interesting how passionate people are about the songs that they hate. It's like coming up on 1,000 comments because everybody seems to have that song that they just absolutely can't stand.
There's a lot of old classic rock that I don't like. That I hate. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. It makes me so sweaty.
Because you have soft bones. That's why.
It just makes me want to start chain smoking and just be sweaty.
Yes, I get that. So a lot of people can go sound off on that. Okay, next random question. If God makes you God for a minute, what would be the first thing you would do?
Chocolate river flowing on this earth. Oh my gosh, chocolate river, baby.
It's the dumbest answer ever given.
Maybe it is. Maybe I didn't think it through. But that's my thing.
Virginia, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, could you say like end disease?
I mean, of course we're gonna.
You could.
Do that,
yeah,
yes.
you could get rid of disease. But the interesting thing, our mortal minds, you just kind of wonder if this whole plan is something out there that God has designed. Are these diseases, do they in a sense have an end purpose? It's sad. It's terrible to go through. You wish there was another way, but what about population, our planet, all these kind of things? Is there actually an odd point for this that God understands that we don't?
I know, but it still sucks to like lose family and friends and
I get it.
Do you want to come
kids?
Do you want to come over to Denny's house later and talk about this?
Yeah, we could get deep.
Get a little deeper.
You are so on the precipice of pot.
Oh, he's so
I know,
pot curious.
yeah.
It's a matter of time.
I'm standing on the doormat. I'm knocking. I'm like, hello, can you guys let me in?
I saw the green door.
I'm here.
Cheech Ralston, it's on deck. It's happening.
I want to talk about random deep things for hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I am
You
your guy.
have the right crew.
I am your guy, and then we'll get him a hair clip. We'll get him a ponytail. It's going to be amazing.
How much for a ponytail from Hair Club? Because it's worth it.
If Kevin
It's
started-
same cost. Yeah, same price. They'll do what you want.
Wow.
If you start smoking weed regularly, we might have to look into
They'll
getting a
do it.
ponytail.
It's fun because I talk to my hairdresser all the time about all the hairstyles she doesn't want to give.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
get
they're
it.
like, but they're like, hey, all right, it's your choice, man. We can do anything.
It's like, dude, you don't have any hair. You should not get a ponytail. Well, I want a ponytail.
They're like, all right, it's your call, man. Whatever you want. Somebody texted in, if God made me God for a minute, first thing I do is freeze time. Time stands still.
Why? Why would they want to do that?
I think the only thing that I can think of is the songs that really tap into the nostalgia. And I think especially if you have kids, you have periods in your life where you look back and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's going so fast that, you just want to. That's why I love that. So there's a song by the band Rush, Time Stands Still. And oh man, I love that. That song gives me the feels every time I hear it because it's so relatable because you're like, oh my gosh, freeze this moment a little bit longer, make its sensation a little bit stronger is what it says. Because you're just like, if you really, I love life. I love every moment of it. And sometimes you're just like, gosh, this is just, there are people that are gone that have checked out that I would just love another moment with. And so it's all about enjoying that moment you have. So that's what I would think the reason is behind freezing time is I'm not getting enough of it.
No, I'm being serious. Do you want to smoke later?
I think he's ready for shrooms.
Wait, we need to bypass weed.
Oh man,
This guy needs to go right to the shrooms.
I am a fan of deep rolls.
Denny's, Kevin's ready to drop acid.
Can we get some Pink Floyd on this
Can
thing?
we dim the lights a little bit?
Yeah, where's our boss?
Got that lava lamp? I
My
think I'm
man's
ready.
going through it.
I think I'm ready.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Get that wall on the airway.
It's time.
Another brick in the wall.
It's time.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, this is an odd one. Somebody said, if God makes you God for a minute, what would be the first thing you do? Somebody said, I'd go back in time and I'd high five the guy that was about to invent the high five and then just watch the universe explode.
Whoa.
What?
That person who texted you can join me in
Then
Kevin.
they need to be in your pot circle.
My gosh, everybody is high.
The circle's getting big.
What is going on?
And Kevin, everybody's getting high. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Everybody but you. You need to finally just do it.
I know. You're right, Virginia.
Get your
What
car.
am I doing with my life?
You don't hear this too much on morning radio, where one of the co-hosts is making. You got to get on drugs, host.
They're like, come on, what are you doing?
Just say yes.
Why are you not getting high? What's wrong with you?
When they try to talk the host into
Yeah.
doing drugs.
You're right. Why am I not doing more drugs? Okay, random question. What things will be completely obsolete or forgotten about in 20 years? I saw something today where Microsoft is getting rid of the password. It's kind of like an app, and there's a different way to do it. I won't explain the technicality of it, but I am wondering, I hate passwords. They're frustrating. They always want you to update it. Yeah, it never works. It's one of the most frustrating things ever.
And then you do update it, but you forget what you updated it to, and then you can't get back in your stuff.
Yes, it adds so much time and unnecessary frustration. I can't stand it. So I would expect passwords will be a thing of the past. In 20 years, we'll be like going, yeah, remember when you used to have a password and we're just like all commiserate about how miserable the experience was.
I think the microwave might be leaving, and it's going to be something different. I think because every house has a microwave now. In 15 years, it's going to be something different, better, quicker, a different version of the microwave to the point where it's like, this ain't a microwave anymore. What the hell is this thing?
Okay.
No.
Smoke.
Yeah, pot circle would love that.
You're right.
They'd be like, yeah, no microwaves,
man,
bro.
Microwave, just like the government, man.
Obsolete.
I'm wondering about gasoline and things like that, the fossil fuels. They're making a serious move for that. Could that be forgotten in 20 years? I know they would like to, but will it?
Some people would like to. Some people wouldn't like to.
Yeah, I know. But I think we're getting to the point, Virginia, we don't have a lot of choice.
I hear you.
I hate to say it, but I think things like TGI Fridays or those type of I'm hoping that's not the case.
There's going to be maybe the sit-down experience, you think?
But do you think? I mean, I know I read all these articles.
I think
about
other restaurant
that.
chains are coming around. I mean, what it is, that's always happened where, the chains just don't adapt. and they just get left behind.
I mean, do you really think we're going to live in a time where no one wants to go to a restaurant? I don't see that happening. I think restaurants will always be around.
No, I love it. It's probably my favorite thing.
Everybody loves a restaurant where you can sit and just relax and not have to do any of the work.
Movie theaters?
That's a good question. Movie theaters could be obsolete in 20 years.
They got to do something. It's weird with the coronavirus and everything. I know that made things wonky, but also I think the movies got to do something a little bit different to get people in there.
They need to change the experience. It's kind of like, you could even say malls and things like that. But, there are now a lot of shopping areas that are trying to change and make them interactive and saying, well, let's provide cool places where people can people watch and commiserate and, grab something quick and a drink and things like that. More bar districts, I think, is what maybe shopping areas are turning into. So, yeah, all those are kind of things that, who knows, in 20 years, will they be around or not? And finally here today, what are you always in the mood for?
Oh.
Pot.
Pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
Always. Even when I'm full as a bull. 'Cause I do these little quizzes or these little tests. I'll be laying in my bed. I'm full of pizzas, or I'm just full of food. And I go, could you still eat your favorite slice of pizza of all time right now?
You think
it's
so?
It's always been a yes.
Yeah,
Even during Corona, when
You're
I was
there.
all sick, could you nibble on your best pizza right now? And I could.
This guy who loves it.
Loves it.
This guy who loves it. What about you, Virginia? What are you always in the mood for?
Always in the mood for cheese.
Okay.
I love cheese. It doesn't matter. Hot, cold, hard, soft.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Probably for me, a cocktail. I don't hardly ever turn them down.
I'm not always in the mood for alcohol. There's times where my body goes, nah.
You've had enough.
Yeah,
Sit down.
Even if I wanted to do it, my body wouldn't allow me to do it.
Really? Yeah, no.
But are you always in the mood for pot, or is it like alcohol?
You're kind of, you're always in the mood for pot.
Always in the mood for.
Yeah,
I figured.
For some people.
Everybody I know that loves pot, they're like, oh yeah, anytime, any day.
Anything could be going. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, come on.
Nice.
I'm not saying you should always do it, but yeah, the mood might be there.
This segment was definitely brought to you by cannabis. Not a doubt.
You can do Kevin's pot segment.
Yeah.
Well, alcohol
Where you
hits
just get real
different.
deep.
Alcohol hits you internally.
Totally.
Man, I guess there's two ways of looking at this. There's kind of like the dark, weird side. There's also the sweet side of it's not a problem. I guess it's just where you're set. But when you're talking about a marriage, this is one of those things that you got to start learning how to work out. Got an email with somebody wanting to know, should I get married in the dress my mom died in?
Oh, my.
The email said my mom got married to my dad 2 months after I was born, and the night of the wedding, my mom died of an aneurysm. She was still in her wedding dress when it happened, and now it's my turn to get married, and we still have that wedding dress. I pretty much have the exact same physique as my mom, and the dress fits amazingly. My fiance, however, thinks this is really creepy and is requesting that I please not do this. He thinks it's a bad omen. It's really important, though, to me to wear this dress. It means so much. I never had a connection to my mom, and this is a way for me to feel like she's there with me. I want to honor her, and I could do it by wearing her dress during my own wedding. Yeah, I know she died in it, but that doesn't creep me out. It's my body, my dress, right? So what do you think?
I'm with the wife on this. I don't find it creepy because that's her mom. And I get that people are very weird with death. I understand that.
Yeah.
But to her, that's a connection for her. It's a big moment. This is her wedding.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as her mom. I get that the husband thinks it's a bad omen, but I understand where the fiance, the wife is coming from.
He's going to have the willies the whole time you guys are getting married, though. I mean, he's telling you he's super uncomfortable by it. That's going to be a weird, awkward vibe to have at the altar.
It is, but I've had things where they would weird me out or I didn't like it. And sometimes I just had to mentally try to change my perspective because I realized I needed to get over something for somebody else. This would be an ultimate gift and sacrifice that he could make. It would be very special to your fiance. And I think for you, yeah, right now, and your first approach, I get it. I think a lot of us would be going, that's really creepy and weird.
You're right.
But you need to just get that out of your mind. You need to not think about that. You need to look at that dress differently, not something that a woman died in, but it is the one big connection that the woman you love more than anything else on planet Earth has to a mother she did not know.
Yeah, I think it's a sweet story, and I'm not creeped out by it. But keep in mind, I'm a person that,
well, maybe you should marry her.
I'm into that. I'm not into.
Well,
that creeps you out.
That's creepy.
That's creepy and weird. The emotional connection for the bride is a lot stronger than what he's dealing with his own creepiness.
Yeah, I think he needs to get over it.
I do too.
Maybe wear the dress around him and you guys break it in a little bit. Don't let it be the first time he sees it on you at the wedding.
Or to try to break him of it, I think he should wear the dress.
Wear it on the honeymoon. Let's have some fun here.
Okay, any thoughts on this? Suits can put this up. We'll make this a KVJ TV chat. Should the bride wear the dress that her mom died in for her wedding? Should the bride wear the dress that her mom died in for her wedding? Yes or no?
I think me and Ralston are saying wear the dress.
What do you think, Virginia?
I want her to wear the dress. I just think she needs to get him comfortable with the dress.
Yes.
I don't want him to be up there and see it for the first time on her at the altar and have a meltdown.
Okay, I know how you fix that. Right before the wedding,
do a shot of Fireball.
Tequila.
Ah, there you go. She wants to wear the dress that her mom died in. Her mom died in her wedding dress. She was born. 2 months later, her parents get married. That night, her mom has a brain aneurysm, dies in the dress. Now it's her turn to get married. She wants to wear the dress, but her fiance is creeped out by it. And he's like, I can't do this. Like, that is weirding me out too much. To her, it is a way to honor her mom, to have a connection to a woman that is her mom that she never knew, that she wished she had the opportunity to. And so she just thinks this, and she probably has honestly thought about this a good part of her life.
Yeah, this is a spiritual thing for her.
Yeah. So, I would just say to the groom, to me, look, there are some things that I think mentally you just got to try to get yourself over. I think that her emotional connection to wearing the dress is stronger than your being creeped out by it.
I picture him at the altar, like shivering, his teeth are chattering. Oh, ghost! He's all scared.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Knees
are knocking.
That's what I'm picturing in my head.
Some of the comments coming in that people have texted us, 877-979-WRMF. Somebody said, I think it's a beautiful connection between her and her mom. He needs to man up. Look at Kevin. You had to go to your mom's open casket even though you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, the husband needs to man up, man. He does.
I have that opinion for this right now, but there might be other solutions. Somebody said, I wanted to point out too that, he's talking about it being a bad omen. That was the bride's or the groom's comment about the bride wearing the dress. This is her way of having her mom there and connect with her. I understand his fears, but he needs to see it from his fiance's point. And you're right. An omen, there is maybe a pattern where you see those haunted dolls, and the doll's always around when something bad happens. This is just, okay, she wore the dress one time. Is it cursed after one event?
Well, if she drops dead after her wedding, then he was right.
Now, if she does drop dead after the wedding, I would say, let's burn the dress. Let's burn it.
Should have listened to him.
Yeah. Somebody said incorporate the dress in other ways. Use the fabric for other things.
Now, we're not ruining the dress because the husband can't get it together.
Yeah, they say don't ruin his wedding, but they want to ruin the dress.
Well, I would just say don't get married.
Another comment said maybe they should get a medium involved if it creeps the groom out. That way he can get some closure and we'll know that there is no negative energy surrounding the dress. I don't know, Virginia, you're dabbling in that world.
I love that stuff. I love psychic mediums.
It all depends, though. I mean, if you get some mediums, not all mediums are, comforting.
Okay.
You could get a terrible message from somebody that just wants to mess with you.
Look, we just want the truth. Is the dress cursed or not?
Yeah. Another comment said, wear the dress for the ceremony, then for the reception, have a dress to change into. That way, your husband then would not be creeped out undressing you for the boom boom. Okay.
That is true. You're taking off the dress right before the...
Yeah.
Sorry. We're talking about...
What are you doing over there? Dramatic effect?
He's a method actor.
Yes, he is. He's got those bitch-ass grips, so anything he goes to pick up, he drops.
Yeah, I am having a tough gripping thing.
Okay, other comments said the haunted dress would actually make a great horror movie.
It would.
Yeah, it would.
That is a good point. Terrifying. Now, the poll that we got going on the KVJ TV chat room right now, should the bride wear the dress that her mom died in for her wedding? 55% are saying yes, 45% are saying no.
Wow.
So it is actually pretty close.
That's very close,
It's
Kevin.
very close. It's too close to call.
Too close to call you a moron.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. And apparently this has happened before. Somebody said, my friend's mom died on her anniversary.
Really?
She used to wear her wedding dress on her anniversary, and my friend was 5 when her mom passed away.
She died in the wedding dress.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. We're not listening to Kevin. He said it pretty clear.
I'm just soaking it in. You're a jerk.
You're coming here like 3 times now. I'm not doing anything.
We only got to get 15, and there's a whole lot more that we clearly should be talking about here. In fact, people just keep hitting me up. They saying, oh my gosh, the best movie scenes of all time. You guys didn't do the serenade scene from Top Gun. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
Dum, dum.
There's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, baby. But baby, I know it. You lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling, now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Everybody knows that scene.
Baby,
Top
baby,
Gun, come on.
I get down on my knees.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
See, I mean, that's just one. That didn't even make anybody's top list, you know?
That was great fun.
Yeah, we missed a lot of them here, but you know, that's the way it goes. So here's what we got out of the KVJ draft today. You get 3, you get to choose. Best movie scenes of all time. Suits, Google Gary, gets pick number 1, and he goes with 3 Google favorites. He goes with Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Luke, I am your father. That's his first pick overall. Solid. Scarface, say hello to my little friend. Then he went with Here's Johnny.
I mean,
from The Shining.
Clearly he was on some kind of top 10.
Because they all have those catch lines, right?
List. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
He was on the most quotable line by Thrill List.
Yes. Clearly where he got his. Solid picks, though. Virginia, she went with the end tank scene in Life is Beautiful because it makes you cry.
Oh, it's so moving. The son makes it, the dad doesn't. Spoiler alert.
Funny enough, Life is not beautiful. It's actually quite sad.
It's horrifyingly sad.
It's awful.
But the message is beautiful.
Okay.
The father helped the son keep his innocence and never understood the atrocities of the Nazis. The father protected him.
Until he got to history class.
Oh my gosh.
I think everybody knows the atrocity of the Nazis, don't they, Virginia?
But it's about maintaining the innocence of youth, Kevin.
Okay. She also went with the I'll Have What She's Having scene from When Harry Met Sally and the bathroom scene from Bridesmaids. That's Virginia's 3. I went with the Dark Knight opening scene, the Godfather baptism scene, and the training scene in Rocky 2. Those are my 3.
It's great. Got some good ones.
Denny's went with the shower scene in Psycho, the How You Like Them Apples scene in Good Will Hunting, and the dodging bullets scene with Neo in The Matrix. That's his 3. And Jaybird went with the Karate Kid's crane kick to end the tournament.
Tournament scene, yeah.
The final reveal from The Usual Suspects, and the Catalina wine mixer scene at the end of Step Brothers.
I do love that one.
So good.
So those are all of them. If you've got one that you think is your favorite out of the 3, go to the KVJ Show Facebook page. Gotta say what up to Joe Ponton's kid, Braden. He's having a birthday today, turning 13.
That's right.
Happy birthday, B. Yeah.
I know they like that axe throwing. I wonder if they're going to the Game of Axes in Boynton Beach today. They're doing a fundraiser for Little Smiles.
That's awesome. Cool. Joe Ponton of KVJ Nation is a major part of this horror movie, the KVJ horror movie.
Okay.
Big time.
Oh, nice.
He's been helping out a lot.
He's on the crew. Is he an actor as well?
Big time.
Wow.
Okay. Some big stuff, though. Big 13, B. Nice job, kid. All right, Bird, get us to the After the Show podcast here with your thought for the day.
Don't allow someone to treat you poorly just because you love them.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.